Psystorm Gaming, Gumiho. Player 1, Parting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Already pylon in the middle of the map.
Wait. Okay, so hold on. It was. Oh, he's doing the max packs.
Yeah.
He's doing the max packs. Yes. Oh, of course. See, listen. Okay. Okay. Taste. I don't know if you heard about the max packs build, but it goes pylon gateway.
Yeah.
Okay. A 14-year-old Russian kid invented this.
Yeah.
I kid you not. It's amazing. BCQ been making videos about it. We talked about it 2 weeks in a row on the Pylon Show. So what you do is you get a Zealot out into their natural while expanding.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't keep the command center. It's impossible.
Yeah. It's this interesting concept where, first of all, this doesn't unpack itself like any normal build. Like in basic StarCraft theory, you would look at this and say, well, no, you would never get pylon, and then a gateway. Like this doesn't look like it would work. But
it's how the build works, though.
Exactly. But the presence of the Zealot, the threat on the ground, and the way that Terran's, I mean, first of all, Terran could, for instance, make a command center in their main. They just don't right now, okay? But because they make it on the low ground like this, you can't save it, so then you have to cancel, and then the Protoss ends up ahead. And this is a build that specifically is countering a point in the meta. Like, there's a way that you can react to this and, like, basically preempt the build that's coming, the max packs, and hold it. But I don't know if it's going to happen this time, and I'm curious how aware Gumiho is of this.
Yeah, I do not know exactly how aware. It's like something that's popping up on the other servers. I'm not sure how much on Korea.
Some of these pros are in a very specific bubble.
Yeah, so he tried to hold the Zealot back until after the Reaper. Did have a little bit of a mistake there, I guess, sending in maybe a little bit too early. But this goes Zealot, and then Stalker. Yeah. And when the Stalker gets there, of course, you have a hard time with the Reaper. Now, it looks like Gumiho knows the proper counter. You're supposed to get Concussive and Marauders to try to hold this off, to fight back against it. But now that the Stalker's out, you kind of see the damage output. He actually did a swap there. Okay, so I thought he was going to go for Marauder Concussive, which seems to be what a lot of people are using against it. Great micro by Gumiho, though. Look at that.
So good, though. The Zealot's still alive. So, as you guys can see, there's already a Nexus over here at the Protoss' natural. The command center is about halfway to being destroyed if it's not canceled pretty quickly here. And so SCVs are going to be pulled. Gumiho has to do something very decisive here because already Terran's going to be in a losing position. The Cyclone's now out.
Oh my gosh, that command center rather is so low right now. The fact that Parting didn't get it is a testament to Gumiho's micro skills so far in this game.
Okay, the second Stalker's out, and I think the math just maps out so that Cyclone gets repaired. The command center is saved. Really good hold.
Yeah, that's important. You're supposed to be able to get that cancel. That's normally what happens with the build. But you know what? He definitely did some damage with it overall, and this is not an all-in build by any means. You're slowing yourself down just slightly, but he's had his Nexus up for a while.
You put the Terran behind more than you put yourself behind by having that the gateway out on the map. So really impressive control here. Considering that Parting actually handled that really, really well, I think that this is already just such a sick game here, and it's very cool to see that we're seeing a strategy like this that was talked about. But, a lot of times there's stuff that happens online, but you don't see it at the pro level because clearly at the highest level, they've already mapped out an answer for that. And therefore, and sometimes that could be a mystery to a lower tier player. So you go, I don't know, why don't I see this? I don't know how to stop this.
Sure.
But in this case, we saw Parting do it, and Gumiho held it. But Parting has now gone to a surprise plan B. He's now making, I'm sorry, was it a... At the bottom map,
a proxy gateway for Warpins, and then also a shield battery.
Yeah.
So he's going to be getting very, very aggressive with these Blink Stalkers coming up. Of course, he's getting an Observer that's going to give him spotting potential.
So in a moment like this, the Terran, and I think most people would assume if they're in the Terran's position, would say, okay, now I'm in better control of this game. I've to stop the proxy, but Parting being the crazy and unpredictable player he is, I guess the only predictable thing about Parting is that he is unpredictable. He is going to once again try to throw his army towards him. And this may happen as the Liberator is coming across the map to try to do harass of his own. We see it over there now.
Yeah.
The main might be quite vulnerable. Now, hold on.
Oh my
If
god,
that
if
can
that triggers the
actually-
mine.
Oh, that's so sick.
Oh my gosh. Okay, he needs to get that siege tank right away. It looks like he will knock that down. Going after the Cyclone as well.
Great blink.
My god.
By the way, Gumiho really in a bad spot here. I mean, this has already been such a crazy game. Great blinking here by Parting, by the way, to shuffle the weaker stalkers over here to the side.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's causing a lot of lost mining time, killing some SCVs in here, killing off plenty of important units as well.
Here comes that Liberator, though.
Yeah, that's great Liberator positioning. I don't know if he has a Warpin available, but definitely needs to deal with it. He's losing actually a lot of probes. Okay, 5 probes end up going down, and he ends up losing all of those stalkers as well.
Yeah. Now, there were 9 SCVs killed. He took out the tanks and several other units. It's very interesting to see just that initial engagement there. I'm sorry, did the Widowmine fire at the Phoenix, or did it fire at a Stalker? Either way, he actually
It fired
circumvented the
at a
presence.
stalker, but he blinked, and you can't dodge it like that. Okay, so it seems like Gumiho's pretty much held everything. I don't think there's any chance of him dying, and he's making actually a very, very scary army. We have no splash damage whatsoever here for Parting.
Yeah, and that's very important because the Stalkers alone are not going to allow you to last that long into a super late game.
Yeah.
And so from here, he's going to blink out. Now, he still has the pin on the Terran. It's very hard for the Terran to leave without the Stalkers blinking in. So even though directionally it seems like Terran's probably going to end up with a little bit of a stronger army, at least Terran has that kind of tech momentum. Positionally, anytime Terran tries to leave, yeah, Protoss pops in and starts to do damage. That'll force Terran to return back home. So Terran's going to have to deal with that before any kind of real push can come out.
Yeah, it's incredibly important that he does that as well, because overall, the army that Gumiho is fielding right now is very, very good against these Blink Stalkers. You know, it's just a bunch of Marines. They're going to have their combat shields done soon. Medevacs out, siege tanks out. It's a good counter overall. So keeping him back, slowing him down is absolutely key.
So, Banshee looping back around here. A lot of Stalkers out here. Now, keep in mind, you can try to kite this a little bit between the Blink and just the Stalkers being very quick units here. Once again, we have this Banshee over here doing a... Oh, hold on.
Yeah, he's trying to just pick off anything he can right here.
Just getting rid of these pylons down here, stopping the presence of that. Behind us, by the way, we have a lot more gateways coming up. Parting does have a third base. Now, Stim isn't done yet. I think we actually might still be able to see an attack from the Terran, though, without Stim, and I know that's normally not what I say, but...
Oh, yeah, no,
But
for
in
these
this
early
case,
pushes, you definitely can.
Yeah, in this position, just the way that the Protoss developed... Whoa, why is everything Rebel-related right there?
It's called Rally. Oh, no, what? What was that? Oh, the Prism dying is really, really painful. He does have charge now. Gumiho just taking care of this proxy gate at the moment. Stim +1 concussive shells all in the way. Gumiho continuing to just macro very heavily.
So he's going to try to edge in up to the top. Terran's going to expand right here at the third base. Got to be careful, man, with Blink Stalkers. You could come down there and snipe that. I mean, Protoss could always recall back home, too, and try to defend. That's pretty bold. But I guess if Terran loops back around and gets over there to cover that, it'll be safe anyways.
So, you know, Parting is getting into more of a macro game here. He's going up towards Psystorm, getting his second Prism out, second Forge as well. So really kind of focusing on that, as he does have 3 bases up and mining, whereas Gumiho, you know, of course, just started his third. But he's got to be careful at this push as well. That set of units, he needs to engage this just right. Oh my god, beautiful move by Parting here. Look at this, picks off a siege tank. That is so important.
Yeah. Getting rid of those siege tanks is going to force Terran out of getting a good position that they can actually... There it is, another great snipe.
Oh my god.
So again, I mean, what Terran wants to do ideally is get close to one of these bases, siege up, and then start to kind of artillery down the expansions. But whenever you limit that tank number down, then it comes down to the Terran actually be able to win in a stimmed fight. By the way, Stim 10 seconds out for finishing here. And I think this is a smart move here by Gumiho. Gumiho actually doesn't attack it any further. He says, okay, I'm not in a good spot. I need to go back and try to develop more.
That's a really important thing to mention, is that he backed up and said exactly what you said, right? Like, I'm not in a good spot. Let's wait a minute. The type of patience that we're seeing here from Gumiho is outstanding. You can really see that he's maturing and continuing to mature into one of the best Terrans in the world. You know, he already is, but like he's just continually getting better. And I think that its decision-making really shows that. Very calm, cool, and collected play here. He's defended everything well enough. He's moving back when there's nothing to do. Really well done.
Okay, a warp in over here. And this is only to draw attention into the main, I think, so that Party can try to attack into the natural. But I'm sorry, not the natural, the third base is what I meant.
Can, though. Look at this beautiful micro here. He has the siege tank spread beautifully as well. The Zealot's really not doing much.
That got owned so badly.
Yeah. Gumiho is playing a masterful game. The thing is, Parting's playing well. It's just Gumiho is looking like he is another tier. I don't know that Gumiho is necessarily going to win this game, but like this play is very, very impressive.
You know, one thing about Parting is he's so aggro that it looks like, you know, some of the scariest aggression that you'll ever see in the game. But then the double-edged sword of players that play like this is occasionally they just run into a wall, you know, and they try to do everything at once and none of it works. And the lead that they had or you know the game plan they were going for, you'll see suddenly stop. Is they can't do anything anymore. Like the fact he's going to try to attack in here anymore, I don't know. I think he needs to chill out because he's on 4 bases here.
Yeah.
Okay, you're actually in TVP. You're basically whoever's behind the bases needs to start being the aggressor, not the guy who's ahead. So
Parting has no chill. You're definitely right about that.
Yeah, it's just like you're okay, man. Like you don't need to do this right now.
But the thing is, during all of this, he's taken a 4th base. He has 2-2 on the way.
Yeah.
You know, he has Psystorm.
Like that's what I'm saying. Is it's like don't overextend here. Don't.
But if you can keep this type of consistent pressure up, how many drops has Gumiho done? 0 drops. He's done 1 light Liberator harassment, and he roamed on the map 2 times. Maybe this is the first time.
Gumiho's in that campaign mission where he has to survive for 30 minutes against Parting, and then he gets to go to the next level.
Well, the fact that Parting's dictating that while starting his 3-3 and going into Colossus Tech.
He's got to wait for Maru's battlecruiser to come and rescue him from Parting's harass, and then he gets to go into the next game.
But yeah, like the style we're seeing here from Parting is absolutely beautiful. Yeah. You know, I was kind of speaking that Gumiho looked like another tier, but as I'm watching this game progress, the way that Parting is playing it is truly beautiful as well. Like, look at this, right? He's getting ready for this much longer game. We see him throwing down the Stargates. He's getting into that Colossus Tech, so he's going to have both forms of Splash, fantastic upgrades, and eventually Tempest. Yeah. Like, he's filling everything out beautifully.
Okay, little pickup over here. I gotta say, by the way, Parting looks as good as any of the other top-tier Protosses, in some cases better.
He looks great this game.
Yeah, in the GSL. Like, Parting is back, okay? This is not a weird fluke that he's been in the last few GSLs. It's very clear why he's consistently getting here. He is in full force.
Yeah, and the Max Packs build did not even go as well as it could have gone.
Right.
I think he actually had some issues with like targeting with the initial Zealots and everything like that. I think he actually could have gotten the CC, but like his transition here is amazing. The pressure as well.
You're totally right, Artosis. The build did not even meet its objective, and he's still doing what he needs to do here.
Look at this. He's on top of everything as well. He has reasonable scouting around the map. Just the roaming, the pressure that he continually is putting on here. Catching everything, groups on both sides of the map. Look at all those upgrades on the way. This is a beautiful game. Wow. Look at this defensive setup, too, by Gumiho. I can't even believe what we're watching here. This is awesome. These are 2 of the players that have played in GSL forever.
Yes.
Like,
2 of the most storied players.
They're from very close. Gumiho's from the beginning, and Parting is from just after.
So, I think Gumiho's reacted really well to all this. Oh, man, Parting was not watching this little fight until the last second. So, basically, Gumiho's turtled up very, very well. Parting's going to try to take a 5th, but I think we're actually at the point where...
5 command centers under construction. Sorry, go ahead.
in maybe a minute or 2, I think we might see the moment Gumiho tries to push out.
He's finishing up his fusion core right now. I think we might just wait for Liberator range and then push.
Oh, no, I think you're right, Artosis. Good correction there.
And that's going to line up reasonably well with the +3 attack.
I was thinking he was going to start to hit before the Tempest numbers got too high, but I think you're probably right.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but if a dedicated Tempest push comes, because the Tempest needs... Oh, it is going to be battle cruisers. Okay, well, this is one way that we see the Tempest get countered as well.
Maro's battle cruiser didn't come to save him,
yeah,
so now he's got to make his own, to survive the mission.
Okay, this is... What an awesome game that this one is. I am loving this. Both these players just giving us a treat of this first match. So a little bit of to and fro here. These little tiny engagements you see are just like... These are on the edges. They don't matter as much. You're just picking off what you can. Nice little force cancel there, though. But
great denial.
Gumiho has like 8 command centers right now. So.
He actually buys his command centers at Costco, if you guys are wondering. So he's going to have plenty more that he can just lift off and float over there.
Yeah, look at all these orbitals. They mess up the AI if you're trying to attack in, and they give those extra mules, those extra scans, both of which are very, very important. I love that these BCs are on the way. He's starting to add in Vikings as well. Oh my God, what a game. Look at this defensive stance. How do you attack there? You have to use Tempest. You can't go in there.
Behind that, the Terran's going to go north with a small army and actually try to pop off this base in the upper right.
He does have Dark Templar tech, though, and we're seeing 3 DTs warped in. I'm not sure where those are at right now, but that's a great defensive measure for areas like this. Yep, here come the DTs. Should actually get DT Blink as well. You can see just how useful they are. If he's not looking for a second, they can really clear that out. In the meantime, Parting pushing in very heavily here. Gumiho trying to take his time. BC being jumped across the map.
Okay, I don't know if Parting should be over here. Parting's attack there, it looked like it was a B-grade action movie where it's like they're completely surrounded on all sides and stuff. In the heart of the enemy position.
By the way, that BC got totally wrecked over there.
Yeah.
I think it killed 1 photon cannon.
Yeah. What was the BC a mistake? I feel like it was.
Well, he jumped it over. Maybe he didn't look ahead of time, but there were 2 cannons and a battery, right? So that like bought him enough time to just warp in some stalkers and just deal with it.
Now, I'll tell you what, man, if Parting could take out this specific position over here, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
This is actually...
It's such an important spot on the map.
Just on the map in general. And, you know, with Tempest, it seems like that's a real possibility. And look at this. A second group is over here. Oh, I love this. I love this
Oh, my God.
Man.
The amount of mules. Wow, really good micro here by Parting. Gumiho.
Can I just point out
we're seeing jump on something.
We're seeing Parting tighten the noose here on Gumiho so beautifully. Looks like the Vikings are going to try to take out these 4 Colossi. Only just now is one picked off. I don't believe there's enough under on the ground there to fight those Vikings.
Yeah, I think that both sides of these armies are in trouble. He ends up killing off the entire right-hand army except for a couple Tempests right now. And the left-hand army, what's left of it, does get warped out.
You know what's crazy about this is that we saw in the group selection Parting talk all this trash, and now he's backing it up.
He is. He's playing really, really well. He wants that revenge on Gumiho after getting slammed before.
Oh, my God. He even forced a lift.
That is important. The DT's really coming into play right now.
It's about 130 supply to 160 here. But Parting is gone, you know, unscathed on his side of the map, uncut, unbruised, nothing. You know, there's been a few moments we've seen infantry go over there, a battle cruiser self-destruct over on that side of the map, but really, this has been Parting just thrashing Gumiho. Now, it doesn't mean that Gumiho has lost the game at this point in time. It just means that he's been kind of compacted into this little tiny corner in the bottom right. He'll have to just keep trying to grow and pull the game along. What Parting's trying to do is come in here for a killing blow, and he's trying to deliver many at a time.
There's so many Tempests out right now, so many Colossus out right now as well. He really needs to deal with that. And the rest of the army seems to be stalkers with a few High Templars. Like, this is such a scary composition to try to fight. He's trying to run in, but Psystorm going to absolutely destroy here. Oh my god, his bio units being just wrecked.
Oh, this is, yep, that's it. GG, Party takes game 1. By the way, really impressive game. Gumiho not looking happy about that.
No, that
You know, Party specifically trash talks harder than the other players, and you know, some think it better than others. But Gumiho, I mean, after a game like that, Party looked pretty damn terrifying. Great opener, didn't even work out the way it was supposed to. Party intuited that he should try to do another blink attack over into the main. Just kept doing different attacks in different areas. Got to the Tempest. I think the Tempest were the real closer there. They began to chisel away at the exterior of Gumiho's total position in the bottom right.
And, you know, let's not forget the beginning, though, of this game as well. Like, it still went okay for Parting, but I think that he can do a lot better than that with a build like that. Now, you don't want to just continually use the same build over and over, so I'm not sure if we're going to see any more Max Packs tonight from Parting, but if we do, hopefully cleans up some of those choices on targeting with the early Zealots.
Very cool to see that build using the GSL.
Yeah, it is.
Game 2 is ready on New Repugnancy. Let's go.
게임이 시작됩니다.
Psystorm Gaming, Gumiho. Player 1, Party.
I can't wait to see what Parting has to say every time he opens his mouth at this point. It's like so interesting. Like he says he wants revenge, for instance. Hey guys, thanks for coming down.
O Gaming. We love the O Gaming guys.
Yeah.
Parting support. Big boy. And see, that's a very fair sign. There was Gumiho support and Parting support.
Yeah. Well, these are definitely two fan
Now, what
favorites.
we need to do to balance that out is we need someone to make a sign that says they hope both players lose. Okay, so
we just played Deer vs. Sue for his spot in the next
I
round.
hope both players lose and esports goes away forever. We're like, okay, we've got all opinions here now. That's great. You know?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Thanks for coming down, guys. This has been a great day so far. Game 1 was so good. By the way, when Parting started out, I mean, I shouldn't say started out, when he started to reemerge into the GSL, first of all,
Command Center high ground. Just throwing it out there.
Good call. Good thing you mentioned that, Artos.
Auto
Good job.
counter to Max Packs.
Which is not coming, by the
Yes.
way. So, you know, we get to know some of the pros a little bit better than you guys, but Party is as funny off camera as he is on camera. But so we saw him come back to GSL after, you know, kind of winning the World Championship and then going away for a while. We kind of thought it was just him being funny. You know, it wasn't necessarily something he could back up, but it's very cool to see him really bringing. Granted, you know, Max Packs isn't his build, but you know, this is a very Parting style way to play the game.
Oh, absolutely.
And making it work.
Well, it's cool to see him bring it in here, and you can really see the potential still behind the build. It's just a mix-in build. You don't necessarily want to do it all the time, but Gumiho has so adjusted how he's playing that automatically gives Parting a little edge.
I want to point something else out here as well as Parting. You could see he actually plans very, very well for a series.
Yeah, he does.
Now, he's not quite like SOS, where I feel like SOS, maybe he's got a big plan for game 1 or 2, but it seems like SOS kind of makes micro adjustments as the game goes on.
Yeah.
You know, we referred to like if play styles were like musical styles, SOS is kind of like it's like jazz for him.
Yeah, and he's got like one of those meat thermometers in his opponent.
A
the whole
thermite.
game.
Oh, a meat thermometer. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Thermite's something totally different. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but you're right.
Thermite is just a hot termite. I know.
But it seems like Parting. One thing I've noticed about the way he preps is I think these builds are way pre-planned before
Yeah,
he gets to the
it
studio.
definitely
Like
seems
every
so.
single game, it's like in this map, in this game, I'll do this. In the next game, I have this exactly mapped out. Because Parting seems to want to play around the standard builds. He really seems to try to take each game in a very different, dramatic direction.
This game he's going for Blink, Robo, and the 2 gates. That SCV did get up and see the Robo timing, so he should know that Blink's on the way, most likely, especially with the Stalker count. Now, here comes a Medivac in. Oh, he doesn't realize because of the Cyclone he's microing against.
I like that you said, here comes a Medivac in.
Yeah. What did you want me to say?
I don't know. It sounded like Yoda was casting or something.
Nice micro there by Gumiho. Okay. Just a little tiny bit of damage and get out.
So we see right now Parting staying back here. He didn't do anything wild to open the game up here now. But the Medivac's been fended off and the 2 Cyclones are going back. Is Gumiho just going to try to do an attack pretty early here?
Well, he's definitely getting a pretty healthy amount of units.
Cute blinks.
Yeah.
Okay, pick one and kill it. All right, thank you.
How about both
at
the exact same time? Look at that, the Observer's watching him. He's not. Gumiho thinks he might catch him trying to come up this ramp.
Yeah.
Observer just watching. You can see like with the Observer moving, then Gumiho's like, oh, okay. You know, you might miss it when it's already there, but like when it starts moving with your army, you know. Yeah, he's actually landing his Vikings. That shows that he's very, very serious.
He's picking the Viking up just to satisfy us.
Yeah. Something we need more of.
Okay. Oh, great blink in. Yeah. By the way, those they were inside the Medivac.
Yeah.
Some of the army was, so not quite able to defend there.
They do huge damage against armor, so kind of a cool move there. You might be less inclined to blink forward if you see the Vikings already sitting there fighting.
He had one more Stalker. Would have shot that Medivac out.
Yeah.
More Stalkers coming down. Now the third base is being taken while Parting has these Stalkers to run around and hit different locations and do damage.
Double Forge coming up with charge. Lots of gateways exploding out. With the Raven coming up in third. Look at that +4 barracks. Gumiho's really going to start hitting his macro now. That was really cool with the landed Viking drop there. It's definitely a unit that you would like to pick off. You see that at the front of the army.
You know, we used to joke about how bad landed Vikings were.
Well, since they're buff, they've been pretty decent.
I mean, well, no, it's fun to see that with this change here. I thought it was even highlighted further when we had the Heart of the Swarm trailer, where the Viking lands against the Ultralisk, and it's like, yeah, see, even in the trailer, guys, the Viking doesn't win on the ground. Don't do that. But yeah, it's interesting to see this kind of technical play where it actually is finally being used in both ways. You know, it used to be. And granted, it was in a different phase of the game where it had different statistics attributed to it.
Yeah.
It was originally just used when it's like, okay, you're about to lose the fight or you're about to win the fight. Either way, you need to land your Vikings because that's all the other stuff you have.
Yeah. Okay, so with this Raven out, pushing back the Observer, getting ready to take his third base. He's got to take it carefully though. Don't want to lose too many valuable units here. Parting looking for a blink up.
Oh, wow, that tank is really well placed.
That stim.
No,
that's combat shields, okay.
That's the new meta, man. You've got to make that stim in the tech lab that's the farthest to the left on the map.
It's very true. Okay, so, it wasn't the most successful thing, but he's getting 2-2, and he's got his third base already up in mining. Got those upgrades. 5 upgrades against 0.
Gumiho's still looking very strong here.
Yeah.
I feel like if Parting was not doing this type of play, he would have a much harder time against Gumiho, because Gumiho is actually somebody who likes to poke in a lot. He likes to take a lot of early jabs, especially in TVP. Now, hold on. We have more Stalkers coming forward here. Can he get that tank? There is the option to juggle that into the Medivac if he wants.
Some swift micro there, though. Looks like a little Widowmine drop coming up. Gumiho continuing just to macro. Wait for his upgrades. Parting with the fourth base coming.
Okay. Okay.
I like to disable and things like that.
Yeah.
It's a decent way to deal with it. Oh, I don't know about this one.
Yep. Good pickup there. Infantry armor about to finish up. Here comes that drop now. Oh!
Each time that we see Widowmine drops against Parting, they get a lot of probes, by the way.
Yeah, he doesn't quite seem to respect the drops for what they can actually do.
I think he doesn't look as much. He's so busy always utilizing his army. Wow, big warp in here on the main base. Looks like that disabled Prism comes back for some revenge. Quite a few SCVs have gone down.
Man, so again, Gumiho going to come forward. I think actually Gumiho is just going to win this game. We sort of saw Gumiho swat away all the little attacks there by Parting. And with a very real push, he's going to come through here and just completely wipe him out. And I think we may see Parting do something a little bit more dramatic again in Game 3, as if we go into, oh, that Immortal there.
Yeah, it's too bad. I think he was still dead there.
Yeah, if you're playing on more even turf, where the Terran can't get interrupted and it's Gumiho versus Parting, it doesn't seem like Parting was able to do that well. Granted, it's one game, but I think we might need to see Parting do something pretty crazy.
Well, this game shows, I think what the main difference this game was even after the Max Packs that didn't get the command center, Parting was up about 10 workers for most of the game, especially in the early game. Here, they were very, very close on the worker count, right? So Gumiho was able to really hit his stride as far as macro goes. He got the strong army up. He deflected attack after attack after attack, and eventually just kind of moved across the map into a Parting that just wasn't ready. If it was a minute later, no problem. Right then, perfect time.
Kairos Junction for Game 3. Gumiho definitely going to be relieved to have won there in Game 2 on more of his own terms. Will we see any crazy builds here from Party?
Don't know.
Yeah, I guess we're going to find out. Game 3 has now loaded up. The winner of this best of 3 goes to the winners match. The loser, the losers. Let's go.
Already something interesting going on. That was a 12 pylon.
Oh, I'm actually glad you were looking for that, Artosis.
Storm Gaming.
Good catch.
Gumiho.
So that's just a very fast pylon and gateway. It's as fast as you can get it. The absolute fastest gateway. So I'm not sure what he's going to end up doing with this, but it...
Player 1, Parting.
You know, it does interrupt your economy a little bit. It does. This doesn't flow perfectly. So obviously he's got something planned here with some aggression.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's just going to get out like quick adepts or something, harass that SCV, making the command, something like that. Doesn't look like he's very committed to getting a bunch of gas.
Yeah, not mining gas right away. Just with the first probe rallied out. Cybernetic score coming down. We're all holding our breath here to see what exactly Parting's going to do.
It really just seems like it's going to be very quick adepts and just see what you can do with them.
Sure.
Yeah, command starting low ground again.
Ah, thanks for coming down, everybody. For my sugar bear. Is
They're
that for
talking
Parting?
about you. Is that another sign for you?
Could be. I could pass as a sugar bear,
Yeah.
I think. Now, in this game, again, we saw Parting. When he gets the initiations going, he tends to want to keep doing them over and over and over, right? He'll come in there and do an attack, and it's not like, for instance, we've seen with Hero. Hero has a very specific timing attack. He does it. It seems to have also a clear ending point where he's backed off, and you know, it's either won the game or it's hurt the opponent enough, he then sets up for the killing blow. Or it doesn't work at all, and he's probably going to lose. Parting seems to have like 8 or 9 little attacks that come in. It's more of a death by 1,000 cuts. Now, he played passively in Game 2. And, well, he wasn't super passive in the mid-game, but he didn't do anything immediately. And then he tried to attack into Gumiho, and Gumiho fended it off pretty easily. So, coming in here right away, again, we have the Adept. This is not, you know, there's some similar ideas to Game 1, but basically just trying to get some initiation, some damage done. In this case, it's to assassinate the SCV, which is going to get here, that was making the command center. But another SCV comes down immediately to try to help. Can he get this one too, though?
Look how on top of things, though, that Gumiho is here. It's like, yeah, Parting brought out this kind of quick Adept build and did a bit of harassment, but instantly into Concussive Shell Marauders, like any early gateway pushes like this will be shut down by that. There's no way to do it. You know, you have to have more units or higher tech to take those on.
Okay, 2 Marauders coming down.
Now, he doesn't have a battery, actually. It's a little bit scary.
With Concussive, when you have a very tiny number of units as Protoss, suddenly Concussive is the worst thing you have to fight against ever of all time.
Yeah, look at this. He gets the Stalker now. The Stalker is dead.
Yeah.
Parting actually is going to take a lot of damage from this.
Okay, good job with the Reaper popping the Adept up.
Look at this. Lots of probes, lots of units going down as well.
Nothing started out of the Robo yet, by the way.
Yeah, he doesn't even have money. He's just making an Observer. He's just bringing down another Stalker. But look at that. Another healthy Marauder gets down here.
Oh, my God. And we have so many workers being picked off here. Gumiho really microing beautifully, by the way.
Oh, my God, yeah. 7 probes already going down.
The problem is every time you get hit with a concussive shell, you're pretty much guaranteed that you're going to be killed off.
Yeah.
You can't retreat from it. And so finally he's taken out those Marauders. But wow, 9 probes killed. And I think this was not pre-planned here by Parting.
Yeah.
He made a Dark Stride once he saw the Marauders come in. And this is one of these moments in StarCraft where when you're when you're trying to hold off a big attack, instead of trying to come back after you've held the attack, trying to come back with a big attack of your own, you're going to try to do a stealth attack like this. You know, we'll see this with Widow Mine drops, in this case DTs, because maybe the Terran's not going to be prepared with detection.
Yeah, it's quite a risk. We'll see if it works out for him. Ooh, he gets the Observer out. That's actually really, really good. With the Observer, he can do things like check what the energy is on the orbitals. Maybe he can time out this drop to coincide with Mules coming down, right? Because he kind of needs... Look at that, 2 scans
dude,
and he doesn't
so
get it?
sick.
Wow.
Artosis, do you know what else you need scans for?
DTs?
The Cake Boys.
Dude, this
Those
is
invisibles.
crazy.
Yeah.
My God, he just used up all of his energy.
Yeah. Look, he's continuing to move the Observer through there. He wants to bait out another scan. Uh-oh. 1 Cape Boy coming in. 2 in the main.
Oh, my God. There are no turrets. He can start turrets, but this is going to do a lot of damage. And suddenly those 9 probes don't look so bad.
Oh, my God. Gumiho
Oh, my
just
God.
taps out.